In the overall framework of our process, we have expressed our strong desire for Burkina Faso to be able to overcome this challenging situation of underdevelopment and to reach a level of development and prosperity that we have always dreamed of for this country in order to improve the lives of its people. In order to achieve this, we have undertaken multiple initiatives in agriculture, industry, agri-food and energy, which present significant challenges for us. These initiatives are currently being addressed in various sectors of activity, including infrastructure, as well as the aspect of food distribution systems, FDS. Our efforts in these areas are aimed at ensuring progress and development in our society. During the initial phase, in terms of your perspective, it was necessary to reflect on the issue of logistics, armament, vehicles, and all other factors that come into play in the subsequent stages of the process. What is presently improving gradually, and we will persist in this direction to empower you to carry on the noble fight for this homeland and make steady progress towards achieving our goals. But in addition to all this, we have realized one thing. For the nation to exist, endure, and develop, you all need to be strong. And being strong is not just about the logistical plan, but also the psychological plan. There is this family stability that every fighter needs when they are on the battlefield. We have all been in the field. We have encountered various situations where frequently, when you are in the field, your mind is often back at home. Because you are unable to solve a number of problems, perhaps of a financial nature. Generally, that's what it boils down to, and it disturbs the combatant. At this moment, we have a large number of individuals who are wounded. We also came to the realization that this problem has not been dealt with in the manner that it should have been. The proof of this is that up to the moment I am speaking to you, we have not been able to list all those who have been injured since the beginning of this conflict. As a result, we have decided to launch a platform so that people who have been injured, who have not had a circumstantial report, or who have not been reported, can register themselves on this list. And I believe that a couple of weeks ago, we held a conference in this very room to initiate this process, as an agency was established solely to cater to the needs of those injured in war. Similarly, we have also considered the orphans who will be included in every level of the organized transport system of the FDS in order to provide them with the necessary support and assistance. And schools for the wards of the nation will be established. In our education policy aiming to implement within a certain time frame to make education free in Burkina, we want this free education to start with these schools for the wards of the nation, including orphans of our fallen heroes. Additionally, for the first time, an agency was established to provide assistance for the injured, infants, and orphaned individuals. Presently, we are entering a new stage in tackling the financial component, which holds great importance for the military. Earlier today, we had the intention of introducing this cooperative to you. Could you please explain how it will operate and function? What are the objectives of this cooperative? What are our goals and aspirations in working together through the cooperative? And gradually, in all the garrisons, missions will need to go to further explain the rationale behind this cooperative and to explain to people what they can anticipate from this cooperative. And in return, the question you asked here this morning, in the garrisons, you'll have to ask many questions. And I believe a General Assembly is also planned in the cooperative's organizational chart so that the inputs, the contributions for improvement can come from you. We desire for you to have the capability to save at a significantly higher rate and possess rather specific savings, each in accordance with their individual preferences and the products that will be provided. When the military personnel encounters issues or difficulties after their initial loans, it becomes a long-term problem because the pay is not sufficient to adequately address and resolve these challenges. It is not possible for it to be proportional to the expenses, and I believe that the elders have thought about it very well by introducing, I think it has been since the 1980s, the fact that the FDS is able to engage in areas such as agriculture and livestock. So, how do we go about undertaking? That's the second equation. Here too, the cooperative must be able to respond, to enable you to invest in this field, because it is not prohibited. Today, We have launched the in-person initiative for food self-sufficiency. We have started the agricultural offensive, and in this initiative, the military are involved, and I believe that many of you have seen fields developing in their barracks, in their garrison this season. I think that in Ouagadougou, here in Dédougou, Kayat and Kodou all over, large boreholes have been drilled, and the military will be trained in agriculture, livestock farming, in quite specific areas. And I think that here in Ouagadougou there is a pineapple field that is developing. We need to be able to produce to help our people as well. It's around here, but many want to invest. How to do it? That will also be taken into account so that we can help you invest in this area, because agriculture feeds the entire population. That's why it was authorized for the uniformed carriers. Elevat, it feeds the people. There you go. It's the other businesses that are not allowed. Even among officers, the salary is not enough. It's not possible. But if you manage to undertake something that contributes to something else, to improve your living conditions, to participate in the life of the nation, I think it's not bad. That does not prevent you from fighting at all, because you are creating other jobs, you are on the ground. When there are issues behind, they get resolved. Burkina Faso imports a lot in this regard. You know that we import a large number of products from farms just for those mining structures. It is not sufficient. But the army must participate. That's why in the initiative we have decided to train the military personnel who are currently active and those who will retire for their reforms. To invest, you will need money, an investment at a fairly flexible rate, without too much hassle, and I believe the cooperative is there to solve this issue as well. I have stated and I reiterate, no country can make progress without a robust defense and security system in place. It is not possible. Examine closely. Since the 1990s, it fits well. The elders are present. What was the military's equipment like during the revolution? You can go through the camps and observe the carcasses of armored vehicles and other items that were present. How is it possible that they managed to dismantle all of that, leaving us vulnerable? And now they are using terrorism to seize our lands. Comprehend this. To evolve, you require a robust army. You require a robust security system. And in order to possess this system, it is not solely about logistics. We require to be mentally stable. And to be stable in the head, it is necessary to review the living conditions of the brave fighters that you are. So we are dedicated to this process in order to enhance the living conditions of the FDS. In any case, we will be proud to have the opportunity to enhance the living and working conditions of yourself and your families. That's why this cooperative was once again thought out, reflected upon. In addition to the cooperative, there will be another phase related to the economy of the armed forces. Because civilians also support this, they want to see you in good condition, they want to see you mentally liberated so that you can defend them. Otherwise, they would not contribute so that we can provide you with the necessary equipment. We want everyone to comprehend the extent of the cooperative, join, have the ability to explain it to their fellow members, and rapidly develop it so that we can make significant changes in a brief time frame. The factory we recently established in Bobo is in alignment with the same line of thinking. When we observe FDS walking around in faded uniforms, it is painful. And we have evaluated the amount of money we spend annually. Police, national or municipal police force, GSP, gendarmerie, customs, army personnel, law enforcement. The expenditure we allocate for the procurement of uniforms is of an immense magnitude that cannot be overstated. It's billions and jobs that we give outside. So we decided to put the factory on site to produce for everything that is held, to be able to dress well. So Comepex is just the first step, and there will be other steps that will follow gradually over time, building upon the progress made. Everyone is involved, with the Minister of Finance at the forefront, so that we can create something, a powerful tool that we will have a close look at, which should enable our various defense and security forces to live with dignity and to fight for the freedom of our homeland. This is the very essence of the creation of this group.